everyone, welcome to today's video. As you can see, I have a bare face. I'm wearing my infamous blue robe, which means that I am going to be applying a full face of makeup. Today I will be using many of the products I picked up during the Sephora Holiday Savings event that at the time this video goes up should still be going on. So what I'm going to do is apply the makeup and then do a check-in at the end of the day to let you see how everything is looking, because I do have a primer to test, a foundation to test, a concealer to test. And with those types of products, I really don't love to recommend them if I haven't used them for at least a full day. In case you missed my recommendations video or my haul video, I will have them both linked down below in the description box. I've already applied this In Beauty Project 10+10 moisturizer. It is infused with 12% peptide complex and 10% vitamin C complex and ceramides. It says this silky lightweight cream is jam-packed with clinically proven active ingredients, 10% peptide complex to visibly firm and tighten skin for a plump and bouncy look, 10% C complex, 2 forms of stable oil-soluble vitamin C combined to visibly brighten and even the skin tone. And then lastly, there are ceramides to help strengthen skin moisture barrier, keeping hydration in and pollution out. I finally remembered to bring my glasses into my filming room, and whoa, they are dirty. But we're just going to ignore that and focus on the fact that this moisturizer did feel very nice going on. It sunk into my skin. Obviously, after just one use, I can't tell you much more than that, but I will definitely be following up and letting you know whether or not I like this, love it, I'm indifferent to it. So that went on already. And next up is the Glow Wish Blur Jam Silicone-Free Smoothing Primer. As I mentioned in my haul video, this was a recommendation from Babs Beauty. Her real name is Stephanie. She has a wonderful channel here on YouTube. And I also posted about this on my TikTok. And Stephanie, aka Babs Beauty, she left me a comment telling me to be sure that I let it dry fully before applying my foundation. So I'm going to take a little bit on my finger, about that much. And by the way, this does feel really interesting. Almost like how the Tatcha water cream feels. Oh, look at that. That is impressive. But is it better than my Cali Ray blurring primer that I've been using for the last 2 months or so now? I really, really like that one. It does an amazing job at blurring my pores and keeping my pores blurred. So I'm using a little bit more. This is like magic though. Wow, it's hard to believe this is silicone free, but it is. So I am gonna let this sit. I'm not gonna make you wait, but I'm going to sit here for a minute or so until I feel like it's fully dry. And then I'm going to zoom you in and start applying the newly reformulated YSL All Hours Liquid Foundation. Okay, before I go in with the foundation, I am going to apply a little eyeshadow primer. I will be using the new Makeup by Mario, what's this called? Ethereal Eyes palette. In my haul video, I did ask what products you most wanted to see me use in this try-on, and it was kind of a 50-50 split between the new Mario palette and the Tom Ford Violet Sateen Quad. But I ultimately chose the Mario palette for 2 reasons. One, because the Violet palette is sold out anyway, and a lot of people on all my other platforms were asking about the Mario palette. They were asking me to use it in a YouTube try-on. So I'm going to be, I don't know why I'm doing this right now, but I'm peeling off the plastic from the palette. This is what it looks like. I'll give you a closer look when we get to it. But let's do this foundation now. This is now a luminous matte finish, whereas before I believe it was just a straight up matte finish. It now also has a broad spectrum SPF 30. I'm using my Stands Out Beauty Sponge, and the shade I chose is LN8 Light Neutral, and I think this is a really, really good color match. Oh, I like the coverage. It's really, really nice coverage. If I remember correctly, the old formula of the All Hours foundation was also very full coverage. This looks really, really good. I do not see my pores at all. Usually it's not until the powder step after foundation that my skin starts to look really flawless, but my skin is looking pretty flawless. Of course, this means nothing. A lot of foundations look amazing upon first application, and then later in the day, they look horrible. There's just something about this sponge. I switch things up. I have been switching things up a lot lately, using different brushes and different sponges, and I just always go back to this one. It's one of those you either love it or you hate it products, and I just love this sponge. I have tried to find dupes. People have recommended dupes to me, but I just always go back to this one. All right, you know it's not looking good? My under eye circles. So, again, in the haul video, I mentioned why I purchased this Makeup Forever HD concealer, even though it's not a new product, and I own so many other concealers. I was just influenced by a makeup artist named Melissa Herkman. She's incredible. Definitely check her out over on Instagram. She is always raving about this concealer. So this is shade 21, and I'm actually just going to go right in and apply it with the applicator. I'm gonna put it right in here and see how this blends out. If I need more, if I need less. I don't know why I never tried this concealer. Usually I try every new concealer that comes out. Oh, finally I got a good concealer match on the first try ordering online. When I opened this in the haul video, I really thought it was going to be too light, but it's not. It's actually perfect. It's a little more yellow than I typically use. I like to go a little bit more peach or pink to counteract the blue and purple in this area. But this is actually doing a really, really nice job. And it's supposed to be self-setting, which means that I shouldn't need to apply any powder, but ooh, I might anyway, just because, I don't know, I just feel like I need to. I know that makes no sense. Oh, I'm just so excited that I finally selected a good concealer match and foundation match online. Now I'm just going to set my T-zone with this Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Powder. Gotta put a little powder on the lids. Now it's time to try the Tom Ford Shade and Illuminate Contour Duo in Intensity 1. I'm still not sure what you're supposed to do with the light shade in this, or the white shade I should say. I've seen it placed just at the top of the cheekbones to give the cheeks some lift, but I've also seen most makeup artists hit pan on this portion and this looks untouched. So I'm not even sure if I'm going to use this today because I do have another highlighter I want to try. So for now, I think I'm just going to use my IT Cosmetics Heavenly Luxe Brush number 7 and dip into here, and that is so smooth. Wow. What I mean by that is it just sort of melted right into my skin, and I like how sheer it is. Like, it's there, but it's not obvious, which is how I think we all want our contour to look. I feel like I might like this better than the Patrick Ta or even the Chanel. I'm gonna flip the brush around and put a little bit on my nose. I don't know if you saw or heard about the drama on my video, my haul video. The first comment I got that morning that the video went up was somebody talking about, oh, you know, how ugly I am and how botched my nose is. I've talked to you guys many, many times about the nose job I had when I was 21, I think. And yeah, I have hated it ever since, but it's still so uncalled for people to call it out and act like I don't know and just act like I'm, you know, so hideous. Anyway, I don't want to give this troll any more attention. She has been blocked. It's just so interesting to me, well, more sad than interesting, that people just comment things like that. They feel free behind their keyboard to say whatever hurtful thing they want to. Before I blocked this woman, there were a few comments back and forth between me and her and some other viewers and her in the comments. And she said something like, you have fake hair, fake lashes, fake nails. You must be absolutely disgusting without those things. Well, in case you're watching, even though I blocked her from commenting, there's no way to block her from viewing my videos, unfortunately. But I've got no fake hair in, I've got no lashes on, I have no fake nails on, and I don't think I'm terrifying any of you. I am actually just gonna take a little bit of this white on my finger just to see if it does anything. Actually, it does. Like if you wanted to do a no makeup day and not wear any actual highlighter, just a little contour and a little lift to the cheekbones, I think this would be great. So we've done moisturizer, primer, foundation, concealer, contour, and I think things are looking good. Now let's go to brows. This is the Patrick Ta Brow Lamination. I'm fairly certain that when I originally tried this, I didn't use it the right way. I was using it more as a finishing product. I would do my brows and then go in with this to fluff them up and set them. But I've since seen people take the product and go back and forth like this in the brows, really filling them in and fluffing them up, and then brushing them into place. And then I'm just gonna take the side of this makeup brush and press the brow hairs up. That sort of took off a little bit of my makeup at the top. I don't think you can see this, but there are flakes all through my brows. I'm gonna brush them out with just a spoolie. I think this is what I didn't like about it the first time. And it's not that I used too much product. Actually, there was very, very little product on this. I am going to be taking this off, actually. I don't know, now I've tried using it both ways, before and after. This product just doesn't like me. All right, so I'm going to continue to wipe off this disaster and just do my brows using my regular products, which will be listed in the description box. This is a no-go. Oh my goodness, like, it's like I got a peel and the skin is just flaking off. All right, now that I've got my brows fixed up, I'm going to set my contour with a little bronzer. And for that, I'm going to use this Makeup by Mario bronzer in the shade Light Medium. And this is a BK Beauty Angie Hot and Flashy A507 brush. All right, now it's time to go into this beautiful Makeup by Mario Ethereal Eyes eyeshadow palette. This is a multi-finish eyeshadow palette with 12 neutral translucent shades in suede matte, natural metallic, and glossy shimmer finishes. It retails for $68. I think I'm going to start with shade 5, which is a Cool Taupe Matte. And I'm gonna apply this all over my lid and a little bit higher than my natural crease, because we all know, say it with me, I have hooded lids. This is very pigmented. It's a beautiful cool taupe. It is described perfectly. So I'm just sort of haphazardly blending this out all over my eyes, extending it towards my temples, bringing it in a little bit towards my nose. And I'm going to use shade 4, which is a soft brown matte. And I'm going to apply that to the outer corners and the inner corners of my eyes. These shadows are extremely blendable. They're very buttery feeling. I'm not really getting any fallout, which is good. I'm actually not even getting any kick up, which is surprising. Actually, I'm gonna use this mirror. I love the packaging of this. Wow, this is a big improvement from his eyeshadow quads. I was very unimpressed with those. But this, on the other hand, well, granted, I've only tried 2 colors, but so far, just the mattes alone feel so much better. As you can see, I'm doing the inner corner and the outer corner. I guess I decided I'll be doing a halo eye, which is one of my favorite looks for hooded eyes. I'm gonna go back in with that first brush and buff out. Doing the same thing on the other side. Now using the same brush, I'm going into E12 and just making the outer corners a little bit darker. I'm just sort of tapping on, not really doing any back and forth motions, just a lot of tapping. Yesterday I watched a tutorial of Mario using this palette, and before he applied one of the glassy shimmers, is that what they're called? Glossy shimmer, not glassy shimmer. He used his Master Metal Manipulator, and I have this. It was in my stash and I have never used it before. So I'm just going to put a little bit on my finger. Ooh, it just looks like water. Press it on the lid. I think I'm gonna go with shade 6, which is described as a sandy shimmer. And I'm gonna take my finger and pop that on the lid. This is definitely a glossy shimmer. Very, very pretty. I like that it doesn't have any fallout because it's not glitter. It is a very, very unique texture. Now with hooded eyes, you really can't avoid getting it in this area, which we don't really want. So I'm gonna go back in with this brush right here, the second brush I used, and blend it out. See, unfortunately, those of us with hooded eyes, we don't get the exact impact of these shimmers and finishes that non-hooded eyes get. It's still pretty, and you can certainly see the shimmer when you look down. All right, now I'm going to use the Makeup by Mario eye pencil in the Perfect Brown, and I'm just doing a tiny wing on the outer corner, flipping the brush around and smoking it out. I'm also running the pencil along the lower lash line, the outer half, and also into my upper waterline. Now instead of smoking out the lower lash line with the brush on the end of the pencil, I am going in with this Makeup by Ariel brush and just smudging out that pencil and the entire lower lash line. Now I'm taking a little concealer and cleaning up and making a sharper wing. Because my eyes sort of slope downward on the outer corners, I get a little shadow right here. So this also helps to get rid of that shadow by putting a little bit more concealer right in this outer area. I am seeing just a little bit of fallout, but it's not too bad. I like the eyes. I think I am going to go in and just darken up the outer corners a little bit more with this lower shade. Just pressing and pressing, pressing and pressing. I just want the shadow to sort of meet up with the wing. So as you can see, I'm just holding the brush very, very lightly at the end and diffusing the shadow. Now I'm going to take a flat brush and go into the matte ivory and pop that under the brow. Ooh, that is a really nice pop for under the brow. It's not too stark. Unfortunately, my camera shut off, but I did use this Makeup by Mario Brightening Eye Pencil on my lower waterlines. I did not buy a new mascara during the event. I'm just going to use this one from Rare Beauty. This was sent to me in a PR package, and I liked the mini that I had of this mascara. And I like this one too. I don't know if it's my all-time favorite, but I do like it. Okay, so the eyes are pretty much done. We're going to move on to cheeks. And for that, I'm going to use the Simi Haze Blush Duo that I purchased in the shade Dawn. This is called Solar Tint. I'm finding that people either love or hate this packaging. I think it's unique, but I'm not sure I love it. It says this blush duo has a velvet cream pigment on one side and a sheer emollient-rich balm on the other. Infused with skin-soothing, antioxidant-rich camellia oil, both formulas melt seamlessly into skin for a flushed from within effect. matte. I think I'm going to use the velvety side and use my fingers, obviously. I like the color. This is my type of shade. Just a very pretty flushed pink. I will be looking to see if this lasts all day on my oily skin. Now I'm going into the creamier side and applying that on top. I don't know, what do you guys think? I think it looks nice. I'm not blown away, but it looks nice. All right, now it's time to try this Valentino Eye to Cheek Star Studs Edition Afterglow Corallo. When I swatched it the other day, it looked like it was going to be more of a blush topper than a blush. And yeah, we're gonna try it as a highlighter. Do you see anything? Oh, on this side I see something. Ooh. You can kind of see the gold iridescence. I did not expect to like this as much as I do. Ooh, this sort of gave me like a candlelit glow. Popping a little bit in my tear ducts. Maybe that wasn't such a good idea. It's a little bit peachy for this, but you know what? I don't really love that, so I'm gonna go in to this shimmer down here. See if that brightens it up a bit. Yeah, that's better. All right, it is time for lips. What I'm going to do is use the Makeup by Mario Rosewood Plumping Lip Serum now, and then when I come back later to show you the makeup at the end of the day, I will have on the Valentino. I think I've seen Rosewood paired with the Smoky Pink liner on Mario's Instagram page, so that is what I'm going to use, Smoky Pink. Here is some iPhone footage taken in natural light. I did put on some lashes, and now I'm going to quickly run through my thoughts on everything I used except for the foundation, primer, and concealer. As I said earlier, I will come back at the end of the day, show you what everything is looking like after 8 to 10 hours. But right now, I will give you my first impressions of everything else that I tried. The Makeup by Mario palette, so far, very, very impressive. Is this a need for everyone? Definitely not if you are someone who doesn't like shimmer or sparkle. It's also not for anyone who prefers a warmer palette. I feel like these shades overall are exactly as Mario described them to be. True neutrals. Yes, a couple of them lean towards the cool side, but I have a feeling these shades will be flattering on every skin tone. And I would expect nothing less than that from a makeup artist eyeshadow palette, especially a palette that he seems to just be so proud of. And he should be. It is beautiful. It performs beautifully. If this is the type of look that you tend to go for or you've been trying to achieve and you want a neutral palette in your collection, then definitely pick this up because it is limited edition. And you definitely are going to want to get it A, before it sells out, and B, while you can get a little bit of savings on it during the holiday savings event at Sephora. So as of now, this palette gets 2 thumbs up from me at least. I love it. I'm also really happy so far with the Shade and Illuminate duo from Tom Ford. I am indifferent to this Simi Haze Solar Tint blush duo in Dawn. From that haul, I prefer my Laura Mercier blush in Sangria, which I was wearing in my haul video. I don't know, this just didn't really blow me away, I guess you could say. I would probably reach for my Patrick Ta blush duos over this one. That said, if you have more mature skin, you want a real sheer and dewy cream, this side is exactly that, and I think you will probably love it. And then I was really surprised at how much I liked this highlighter or blush topper from Valentino. Unfortunately, this is limited edition as well. I think it is absolutely stunning. Depending on what light I'm in, you can see that golden iridescence. So pretty. And then we have this lip color. I think it's perfection, especially the smoky pink lip liner and rosewood together. It feels super hydrating. I love everything about this combo. But as I mentioned earlier, when I do the check-in, I will be wearing the Valentino lipstick in Rosa Carezza. So with the power of editing, I'm going to show you that check-in and close out this Sephora Holiday Savings Event try-on haul. All right, it has been about 7 hours since I recorded that video. I did want to wait a little bit longer, but I have got to take this makeup off my face. Not because of the foundation, concealer, or primer, but because of the eyeshadow. My eyes have been red and irritated from about an hour after I finished recording that video. Maybe it was even sooner that they started feeling a little bit dry, but after about an hour, I definitely felt like my eyes were irritated. And then as the day has progressed, they've just gotten worse and worse. They don't seem to be looking as bad on camera as they do when I look in the mirror. I am just a hot mess right now. The foundation is so shiny on me. It is definitely a luminous matte. Focus on the luminous. Granted, I have not powdered. If I did, it would probably look okay because I really haven't lost much coverage except around my nose a little bit. But I definitely see my texture. I definitely do not like the way this is looking. I cannot recommend it for anyone with oily skin, that's for sure. I am going to keep trying the Glow Wish primer with other foundations because I don't want to give it a bad review based on today because I'm just not sure if it works with other foundations better. I still have faith that I'm going to like this and I will update you in a later video. The concealer is the only thing that looks okay right now. It doesn't look great, but it looks okay. Overall, yeah, I'm just a mess. I couldn't wait any longer to do this check-in because I just want to go wash my face and hopefully have my eyes get back to normal. I'm going to be so sad if it is that Mario palette that has done this to me. I can't imagine that it would be anything else. I didn't use anything different other than, well, I did put a little bit of the concealer on my lids, but I used the same primer I always used. I've used this mascara before. So, this will be such a bummer if it's the Mario palette. I did remember to put on the Valentino lipstick like I promised. This is actually very pretty. I don't usually wear these types of colors. It's a lot more purpley than I expected it to be. In the makeup tutorial that I watched, the model's lip color looked like a more traditional rose shade, not nearly as purpley as this. So I'm wondering if maybe the makeup artist just listed the wrong name, but I don't hate this. I actually like that I went out of my comfort zone a little bit and tried something different. It feels really good. But other than the lipstick, yeah, as I said moments ago, I am a hot mess and I'm going to go remove all of this. But I hope you enjoyed watching this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. If you are not already subscribed to my channel, please hit the subscribe button. I do upload new content at least twice per week. You can also find more content from me over on TikTok and Instagram under the same username, Risa Does Makeup. Thank you all so much for watching. I hope to see you in my next video. And now I will go wash my face.